So this is the Nomatic Peter McKinnon Everyday Camera Bag. It is a 25-liter bag, and I gotta say, I was totally wrong about this bag. Now don't get me wrong, I own the 35-liter Peter McKinnon bag, and quite honestly, I love this thing. You can fit every piece of gear you own in here, like 3, 4, 5 days worth of clothes. So the only problem with that is when you put every piece of gear you own in this bag, plus 3 to 5 days worth of clothes, this thing starts to get quite heavy. Like last time I went on a trip, I weighed this thing and it was 36 pounds. So tomorrow I'm actually headed to New York City for 2 days to do a couple videos with some people, and I just really didn't want to lug around this thing in my bag the whole trip. So with that said, I was looking for a new camera bag because my other camera bag is starting to get a little beat up and it's starting to get a little worn. I originally looked at this bag and just thought it didn't have the layout I really wanted. When you're carrying like big cameras and stuff like that, the whole cube design really wasn't something that I was looking into that would be practical. So if you're just gonna get this bag with the base kit and like the Velcro camera inserts, yeah, you can set the thing up to be pretty functional, but then you still have to open it every time you want to get to the camera. So about a week ago, Peter McKinnon and Peter Lindgren put out a video showing how they actually reset up this bag to make it more practical for just kind of run and gun situations. So after I saw that video, I kind of figured if I got that bag and set it up the way they were showing it, that would totally work for me. Be able to just get the camera right out from the top, never have to take anything apart. I can have the lens connected, the microphone connected. I can have everything ready to go. You just zip it open, pull the camera out, boom, you're ready to go. That's what I wanted in a camera bag, and I've never quite had that because getting that microphone attached is always sometimes kind of a challenge to fit it in a bag. So anyways, let's just kind of rip this thing apart and show how I have this thing set up. Like I said, I'm headed to New York in about 5 hours, so I gotta get to bed here. But anyways, let's check this thing out here. So kind of just starting with the top here, we'll just take a look at it. Keep in mind, I do have this thing packed for a trip. So up top here, I have a couple of my necessities, the toothpaste, deodorant, stuff like that. So for cameras that are inside this bag, I have the Sony ZV-E10 with the Tamron 17-70. I'm going to be doing like a POV photography video with Curtis Padley. Stay tuned for that one. And then I have the Sony 70-200 over here. It does actually fit with the A7S III attached to it in the bag with the microphone all set up. Currently you don't see it because I'm using the A7S III to shoot this video. So you have to just pretend there's a camera body right here. Off to the side here, I have my Peter McKinnon battery pack. This thing is awesome, by the way. If you don't own a battery pack, I highly recommend this one. It's got magnets in there. It's pretty cool. That thing tucks away nicely up here. So that's pretty much the top of the bag. Normally there is a loft area, but in the loft area, I literally just kind of ripped this thing out so that I can do the setup that is in here. And this will make more sense here once I open up the bag here to show you. So let's close that up real quick. Okay, so opening up this bag from the back now, we'll flip this thing open. Right away you'll see that I have a little cubicle thing that I have, just an Amazon Basics divider, and that's to put my clothes in because there's really nowhere else to put this clothes in this bag now that I've taken up the loft area. So in here I just have a couple shirts. I have my cuts shirts. I have a long sleeve cut shirt. More on that later. I have another little bag of a gift I'm going to give away to someone out in New York. But then we have the actual cubicle dividers here now. As you can see, what I basically did is I took the two cube dividers. They normally sit upright like this and you pack up your stuff, and then you have this lofted area to put clothes and other things up here. But what we did is we just tipped this thing sideways, so now everything could still stay in the cubicle dividers, but now it's accessible from the top. Now if you don't want to pack it this way and you want to be able to store other stuff, you can pack it down and put the loft in here and then just rearrange it when you get to where you're going. You can do that, but with this 70-200 lens, I didn't really have a lot of options. So yeah, up in this top divider here, like I said before, I have my ZV-E10, I have the Rode NTG video mic, I have my GoPro set up, I have the 70-200 lens, and that's gonna be the top part here. In the middle, I just kind of squeezed some extra batteries in there for the ZV-E10. And then when we get to this back cubicle divider here, I have my little chest harness for my GoPro, which, like I said, going to be doing a POV video for photography. So in this back cubicle, I have a charger for my A7S III. I have the DJI wireless system. I have a pack of like different ND filters. And then I'm bringing my Sigma 24-70 right here, which fits nicely. And then I have the Sony 20mm lens. Bringing this one because, I want to get some of those wide angle shots in New York. It'll be pretty fun. Have my little SD card case here. So that's pretty much everything in this main section here. Like I said before, I'm going to be traveling around New York City a lot, so I didn't want to bring like everything with me because that's just too much weight to lug around. I just wanted to bring the necessities, the things that I know I'm going to use. That way I'm not going to get super tired. And I am going to be carrying the camera probably sometimes on the outside. I do have this cool Peak Design capture clip. If you guys don't own one of these things, I highly recommend getting one. They do kind of look a little dorky at first, but really once you have a capture clip where you can hang your camera when you're not using it and not having to carry it by hand the whole time, especially if you're not wanting to like put it back in your backpack, these things are really nice. So anyways, moving to this back section here. In the back section, I just have like my gray white balance card, got some business cards. I got my strap for my camera when I'm walking around. I brought my Samsung T7 SSD card, bunch of cables. And then I got my Apple AirTag. If you guys don't have an AirTag in your backpack, put an AirTag in your camera backpack, so long as you have an Apple device. You will not regret it if your bag all of a sudden gets left behind or goes missing. You will be able to track it, and that's a really good thing. So that is the back section with this backpack here. Not much more to it than that. So there's one more compartment in the back side of this backpack, and that's to put your laptop. And this is up to a 16-inch laptop. Here is my M1 16-inch Pro MacBook Pro. It does fit perfectly in the back here. Just barely, but it does fit, so that's nice. And it stays nice and protected. It's padded. It's got a nice inside liner, so it won't get scratched up. So now on this backpack on the front here, you do see a bunch of these tabs. This is so if you want to hook like different straps to it, or like a cargo net, you can put a cargo net on the back here. You can put like a gimbal. You can put little tie-down straps. On the sides here, you'll see there's two different flaps open. These things just kind of magnet down, which are pretty nice. As you can see here though, you can put like a water bottle, a tripod, a gimbal. You can put a lot of stuff on the side here, and they do close with magnets. The only complaint I have with this is I kind of feel like I wish this was more elasticy, because it kind of just hangs open otherwise. I wish it had more force pulling it back. It does have a couple little spots here if you want to put some straps. So on the other side, it's the same thing. It's the same pocket on the other side. I actually have a Siri. I'm not sure how to say it. It's a little travel tripod. This thing I found actually is something I'm going to be trying. It's brand new. This is the T025SK carbon fiber mini tripod. This thing is like smaller than my Joby GorillaPod, and it's a 54-inch tripod. So this is a perfect little companion for this backpack, and it weighs like pretty much nothing. So this thing is a pretty sturdy tripod. I think it's going to be a great thing to bring, and really it doesn't add a lot of weight. And then I actually took the strap from my old Peter McKinnon backpack. So I don't know if you can get these from Nomatic, but if you have that other backpack, then you have those straps and you can use it for this bag as well. So yeah, strap that thing in here and that'll be good to go. So now that's pretty much the backpack. This thing doesn't weigh too bad. It's, you know, maybe 15 pounds right now. It's going to be a great little setup to go traveling with you. And honestly, this thing will fit underneath the seat of an airplane versus this pack, which I always told the plane that it would fit under the seat, but honestly, I never put this under a seat because this bag is just too big for airplanes. It does fit in the compartments above, but and some of you might say that this backpack doesn't look that much smaller than this, but let me assure you, this backpack feels way heavier than this one, even though they don't look terribly different in size. This thing is dramatically bigger. All right, you guys, so that is the Nomatic Peter McKinnon 25-liter everyday camera bag. If you have any questions about this backpack, leave me a comment down below. I'll get back to you. If you like this video, please hit that like button. It does help this channel a lot. Speaking of helping this channel a lot, if you could hit that subscribe button and follow along. We are heading to New York. We're going to be doing some cool POV photography with a couple different lenses. I'm meeting up with another YouTuber that's got a sweet channel. He's from across the pond, so stay tuned for that. That's coming very soon, and we'll catch you guys next time. All right, I really got to get to bed. I gotta be at the airport in like 4.5 hours. So later.